So, good morning everyone. My name is Marianne Mori. I am the first reporter of the Group 5, Chapter 9. Today, I'll be discussing the persistent issue of Endo in the Philippines, exploring its impact on labor insecurities. So, what is Endo? What exactly is Endo? Endo, short for the end of contract, is a practice where employees are hired on short-term contracts, typically for 5 months. This is done to avoid the legal requirement of making them permanent or regularizing them after 6 months of probationary period. Think of Tina, a cashier who has worked in many different industries but struggles to find permanent employment due to this widespread practice. How big is the problem? So, the problem is quite significant. Over 1 million Filipino workers are employed without regular positions. This accounts for roughly 29.9% of the total workforce. This practice goes against the spirit of the labor code, which aims to provide job securities and benefit to employees. Unfortunately, many companies exploit this contractual hiring system, replacing employees before they reach their 6 months, creating a cycle of job insecurity. So, different view of Endo. As you can imagine, there are 3 different viewpoints of Endo. Anti-Endo advocates argue for a total ban, believing it's essential for social justice and ensuring fair treatment benefits and job securities for workers. On the other hand, business owners and HR managers worry that regularizing the entire workforce would lead to economic hardship, potentially forcing companies to close down due to increased labor costs. They argue that Endo provides flexibility and allows them to manage costs effectively. Then there are those who seek a balanced approach, suggesting a legal framework that protects workers' basic rights while still preserving the interest of businesses. What is the government doing? The government has attempted to address this issue through the Department of Labor and Employment, or DOLE. They issued Order Number 174, which aims to prohibit unfair labor contracting while still allowing contractual employment. However, this initiative has faced criticism from various groups. Militant groups view Dole's order as a watered-down version of promises made to end contractualization, while some businessmen see the order as the welcome move to balance the interest of employers and employees. How does the public feel? So despite government interventions and varying options, a segment of the public believes that Endo remains an unfulfilled promise. They argue that despite rhetoric against unfair labor practices, Endo continues to be enforced by corporate organizations throughout the country. In conclusion, the issue of Endo in the Philippines remains a complex and continuous one, with significant implications for both workers and businesses. Addressing this challenge requires a comprehensive approach that balances the need for social justice with economic realities. Further discussions and policies adjustments are necessary to find a sustainable solution that protects workers' rights and promotes economic growth. Thank you.
So, good morning everyone. I am Jorvin Nakayana. I am the second reporter of Group 5. Today, I will discuss the ethical aspect of economy and the labor ethics. So, we will begin our exploration of labor ethics by acknowledging the significant impacts of capitalism. So, setting the stage of examine Endo in the Philippines alongside the broader concept of alienation. So, moving to our next slide, which is the Endo or the end of contract. So, what it means? So, it is a stark of reality in the Philippines. So mao gani ang tinuod diri sa Philippines where short-term contracts deny workers essentials, benefits and job security. So sa diri sa Philippines mas kuan jud ang Endo, mas makita gid sa Endo kay mas gamay ra mag-contract ang diri sa Philippines. So this practice prompts us to consider the Marx theory of alienation. So as represented on the slide 3, Marx argued that capitalism inherently separates workers from their labor products or fellow workers and their own sense of self. So this alienation stems in part from the treatment of labor as a commodity, as highlighted on the slide 4. Her workers are reduced to mere the cogs in a machine. Their individuality and worth diminish. To understand the roots of Marx theory of alienation. So to understand the roots of Marx critics, slide 5 introduce the theory of dialect. So what is theory of dialect? So which possesses the progress arises from the class opposing ideas. So Marx applied this framework to capitalism and identifying its inherent contradiction. Finally, the last slide, which is the slide 6, places these issues in historical context. So, reminding us that the Industrial Revolution, while driving progress, also laid the groundwork for alienation. So, alienation and exploration. So, it is issues that continue to manifest in the contemporary labor practices like Endo. Thank you.
So, I'm the next reporter. I'm Christine May Benlot, and I'm going to discuss capitalism and commodification. So first, what is capitalism? Capitalism is an economic system that remains dominant today. So, capitalism is an economic system where business and property are privately owned and people aim to earn profit. Success is often measured by how much money something makes or how valuable it is in the market. So, ang capitalism nag-exist gyapon siya karon. Still nag-exist gyapon ang capitalism karon. So, ang example sa capitalism, companies like Apple or McDonald's exist to earn profit by selling product and services. So, mauna siya ang example sa capitalism. So, kung na capitalism, naasay commodification. Commodification turns things into commodities can be bought or sold. Example, commodification means turning almost anything like art, culture, or even emotions into something that can be bought or sold. Example, in GCS song Price Tag, she says, people care more about money than meaning, showing how love, happiness, and even talent are treated like product. So, in our daily life, people go to malls not just to shop but to socialize and celebrate. So, ang explain na kay in modern life, consumers buying and spending is a big part of how people live. Shopping is just about needs, it's about lifestyle and identity. So, example, people go to malls not only to buy things but also to hang out, take picture or celebrate birthday, showing how shopping become part of our social life. So, in our daily life, kay maudyo na siya. So, in education, students study mainly to get high-paid job. So, in a capitalism system, education often focus on getting a good job and earn money instead of learning for personal growth or moral values. Example, student may choose courses like business or IT because they pay well, like job training center instead of place for learning values or creativity. So that's all, and thank you.
Hello, good day everyone. So I am Angelica Ferrer, your reporter for today. So now we will tackle about a very important issue in our generation, which is the cyberbullying. So since most of us uses cell phones, gadgets, and internet every day, this topic really concerns us. So first, let us understand what cyberbullying means. So when we say cyberbullying, it is a bullying using technology like social media, text, chat, or email. So meaning, cyberbullying, it cannot happen sa face-to-face, no? Dili siya mahitabo face-to-face, but pinaagi sa gadgets o internet. So, instead of physical actions like sinukmagay or kinumutay, cyberbullying happens in the digital world. Like Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, TikTok, email, or even sa mga online games. So, it is when a person uses the technology to harass, threaten, embarrass, or spread rumors about sa another person. So, unlike di ay sa traditional bullying nga makita lang sa eskwelahan or makita lang nimo sa sag-asa face-to-face, cyberbullying happen anytime and anywhere. Even bisan pag ang victim kay naara sa balay no. So for example, trash talking in chat or sa ML, online games. So example lang nato ang ML. So a player keeps on typing bugo ka or ay napagduwa ML no, don't play ML again to insult a teammate. So games are supposed to be fun and a way to relax no, but unsaon pag-relax kung imo na siyang gitrash to kung ayo. Imo pagidamay iyang pamilya. Like now joy nga na no, like bugo ka sa imong pamilya, like that. Fun raman dapat na ang duwa. So that's the example no. So that's why cyberbullying is even more dangerous than sa traditional nga bullying, because it leaves a digital trace and it can spread like wildfire no. So cyberbullying, let us proceed to the forms of cyberbullying. Cyberbullying assumes many forms. So first, posting or sharing embarrassing photos. So this happens when someone uploads or share a photo without the permission or consent now of the person, especially if it makes them look bad. It destroy privacy no. For example, like ipicturean nimo ang tao and then gipost nimo sa Facebook and dahil mo siyang meme sa mga tao. So wala ka gahanaw-na sa consequence or unsay impact ani sa tao nga imong gipicturean. Nagpost lang ka for the views no, para lang musikat ka. And then next, sending hurtful comments or messages. So words are very powerful no. Even if wala physical action, words online can deeply hurt someone. So, a single comment ni mo, no, a negative comment kay grabe na jud na og impact sa isa ka tawo. So, let's all avoid commenting negative, no, mga sulti tag, mga negative, avoid na nato. Then next is creating fake accounts. So fake accounts are sometimes used to shame or impersonate another person, no? This can ruin reputation. So for example, na ay person nga ning make og fake Facebook account nimo, no, using your name and your profile picture, and then gigamit ni niya sa bati nga pagdaot sa bati, no, nag-post siya mga bati and then mga bastos, and then people will automatically think nga ikaw ang ga-post ato, no, so it will damage your image. Then next is spreading rumors online. Rumors can easily spread online, no, nowadays. Once people see it, they will automatically started on believing it. Lisod na jud na siya pugngan. It destroy the victim's reputation. So for example, ato example ani ang artista. So naiga post og false information about niya, no, and then nakita sa mga tao and they will start on believing it nga sakto to siya nga information, even though dili and walay kasiguraduhan nga sakto to. So please let us all avoid doing these things, no, kay dili ni siya maayo ug wala kay benefits matawat ani. Next is excluding in groups. So being left out on purpose is also a form of bullying, no, and it hurts because it makes the person feel unwanted. So we are done, no, sa forms of cyberbullying. Now we will tackle the effects of cyberbullying. First, the stress and depression. Victims of cyberbullying usually feel anxious and sad. Every time nga mo-open sila sa ilang phones, they are scared of seeing more hurtful comments. So, mahadok na sila kay tanan makita na lang nila kay puro negatives. Next is humiliation. So, cyberbullying causes public shame because the whole online community can see it. So, mauwawan jud ka, no, labi na ug dili lang sa eskwelahan makita but also sa mga strangers, no. Next is low self-esteem. So, when people are bullied online, they start believing the negative words said about them. This makes them lose confidence. So, kadugayan nga kakita sila about anang comment. For example, people continuing on bash, no, like patikag now nga. So they will believe that, no, nga mauna jud na, so di na day kuha na ko'y wala na karapatan mo po sa ilang na matuo na sila nga mao jud day na ako, murag mao jud siguro na ako kay mao man ilang nasulti, no. So let's also avoid that, no. And next is self-harm or suicide. In severe cases, no, victims feel hopeless and may hurt themselves. That is why cyberbullying is very dangerous. As we all know, the current news, no, the daughter of Kuya Kim, our kababayan, died recently, no, because of depression. As I know nga people are bashing her because of her opinion, no, about sa politics. People kept on bashing her and then mao na siguro ni nakakuan niya. Please guys, be kind always kay wa jud ta kay ba kung unsay mga unsay gidala-dala sa isa ka tawo. No, please stop being bitter and please spread kindness. So let us now proceed to the Philippine Statistic 2016 survey. First, 6 of 10 kids aged 13 to 16 experienced cyberbullying. So this means no nga cyberbullying is very common na kayo sa Philippines. Almost half of the youth have experienced it na. Next is 2 of 10 humiliated with photos. So many young people experience shame because of photos posted without their permission or consent. Next is 3 of 10 received hurtful comments. So hurtful words are very common online, and many students have already experienced it na. So now the last is the prevention or the solution for this First is think before you click. So as I've said earlier, we should always check our words or actions online before posting it So ato itatak sa atong utok kung before ta mo post ani unsa may consequence ani or unsa may impact ani sa atong isultian. Next is report or block bullies. So social media platform give us tools to protect ourselves, so we should use them So if someone bully you, just block them to avoid avoid chaos. And the next is support the victim. So victims feel better when others stand by their side instead of joining sa mga bully And next is spread kindness. So positive comments can make someone day better. A simple lang nimo nga nga comment, positive comment kay maka-encourage na jud na siya sa tao. Next is be responsible online. So technology should be used for good for good learning, connecting and inspiring, not for hurting others. So that's it for my report. So before I end my topic I just want to give a friendly reminder for everyone na let us remember that our words and actions online carry the same weight as they do in real life. So a single post or comment can either uplift someone or deeply hurt them. That's why we should always practice respect, kindness, and responsibility whenever we use social media or any kind of online platforms. In that way, together, we can fight cyberbullying and build a better online community. And that would be all for my report. Thank you.
Good day everyone, my name is Jigonaya Caruana, and today I'll be discussing different forms of cyber malpractices or the wrong things that people do online. So these are the actions that show disrespect, dishonesty, or harm toward others, and they remind us why ethics is important even in the digital world. So there are 5 main types of cyberbullying. First is harassment. Harassment happens when someone keeps sending mean or threatening messages again and again. Let's say for example, nakoy advocacy about mental health, and then ay sige comment sa akong post nga kanang more maka-expert oy chachara man ning imuha. Wala jud pulos imong vlog, scam ni unta makanang maban ang imuhang page. So that's one example of harassment. So next is flaming. Flaming happens when 2 or more people fight online using bad words or insults. Let's say for example, nagduwa ko og kanang ML. So magtinubag na ko'y katubagay nga kanang kaduwa na ko sa ML nga kanang bugo makay noob man ka di makakamao na. So that's one of the example of flaming. So this is also unethical because it shows no respect and causes gani siya arguments. Yes. And the next is we have exclusion. Exclusion happens means it is purposely leaving someone out of a group or chat and then gossiping about them. So nakoy kanang kalagot sa nako nga kana sa group chat na mo. So ako siya remove sa GC, and then pag remove na ko sa GC, ako din siyang gilibak. Like kanang di ko ganon siyang gisuot. Kanang kabaw mo nga kato siya kay kanang iyahang mga sinina kay bargain ra gani nana. So imo siyang gilibak. So it's unethical also because it makes person feel unwanted or bullied. That's exclusion. Next, we have outing. So outing means when someone shares another person's private photos, videos, or secrets without permission. Let's say for example kana nakoy trusted friends, no, and then ako siyang gisultian about sa akong biggest secrets, and then until one day nga nagkabikin ming duha. So ang gibuhat sa akong friend is iya tong screenshot ang ako ang secrets, and then iyang gipost online, iya kong gimak gani. So that's example of outing. Okay, and then next we have lastly is we have masquerading. So masquerading happen when someone pretends to be another person online to hurt or trick others. Let's say for example ako nabuhat ko kanang fake account. Gamit ako ang gigamit nako ang photos sa akong kaaway, and then paggamit ako ng account kay nanginsulto gani ko lain nga tao para ang ma-blame ato kay dili ako but ang katong akong gigamit nga picture. So that's example of masquerading. So it is unethical because it involves lying and deception. Okay, so there are other forms of cyber malpractice. First is plagiarism. So this is very common now because it means copying someone's words or ideas and pretending they are yours. So for example ako nakoy research paper, nami research, and then ang akong gibuhat is tapulan mo ko. So akong gibuhat is gi-copy paste nako tanan, gisubmit ra nako dayon nga ako'y gabuhat. So this is unethical because again it shows disrespect jud, and wala siya disrespect siya sa original author. So that's what we call plagiarism. Next, we have copyright infringement. So copyright infringement, this is using songs, pictures, or movies without permission from the owner. Let's say for example, ako nag-upload ko og music video sa YouTube, pero akong gigamit nga kanta kay kang, let's say, kang Taylor Swift. So wala gani siya walay credit or permission sa tag-iya sa song. So that's copyright infringement. Okay, so this is an ethical kay wala siya nangayo og permission sa owner. Next is we have piracy. So piracy, it is illegally downloading or sharing digital materials like movies, games, or music. Let's say for example ako nag-download ko og salida gikan sa illegal sites imbis na mutan ako sa Netflix or sa sinihan. So kung ano siya kanang very unethical kay wala ka nag-respect sa effort sa creators. Okay, so that's what we call piracy. And then that's the other form of cyber malpractice. Then we have 3 types of serious cyber malpractice. So first is digital predation. Digital predation is pretending to be someone else to trick or harm others, usually for manipulation or abuse. Say for example, naay laki nga kanang say na adult siya ha, and then as if siya nga bata siya sa social media, and then nagpa-as if siya nga kanang high school pa lang siya nag-chat siya og mga minor aron makuha to ang katuang ang katong trust sa katong iyahang say nag kuha siya og trust sa katong babay gani para iyahang ma-abuse. Okay, so mo na siya ang digital prediction. So kuha na siya very unethical kay delikado na siya niya, nangabuso siya sa kana. Next is phishing. So phishing is trying to steal personal information by pretending to be trusted site. So for example, nag-email na ako og bangko nga nangayo sa ako ang account details. So ako nagtuo ko kato siya is legit. So gisensed na ko ang information. So ang the result is nahack akong account. Okay, so kanang abin mo ba kanang trusted siya nga site but kanang kuande siya scam. So that is phishing. Next is, this is very common, misinformation. So misinformations, this is spreading fake news that confuses or harms people. Let's say for example, ako kay nag-post ko nga kanang naibag-ong sakit ba sa mong barangay nya, dili dito siya tinuod. So dagan kayo nag-share sa Facebook, dagan nagnahadlok. So dagan na nahahadlok. So that is the example of misinformation nga wala gay ka nag fact check. Yes, so mo na siya misinformation. And then that's all. Yes, and my ethical reminder is, so before we post, share or believe something online, let's always think first. So ethics teaches us to be honest, respectful, and kind, even no one is watching.
So hi everyone, welcome to today's video on legal intervention, ethics, and the digital age. So today let's discuss about legal interventions. Technology is part of our everyday lives. We chat, shop, and study online. But as it evolves, so do digital threats. That's why we have laws to protect us. Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012 or RA 10175. It means this law protects individuals, data, and digital systems from crimes committed through computers and the internet. It penalizes hacking, fraud, and other online abuses. The internet is also powerful. It can store libraries, connect continents, and process millions of data in seconds. But that power can be misused. That's why we have RA 10175 to remind us that even virtual actions have real-life consequences. Cybercrimes are serious violations committed through technology. Examples are hacking, means breaking into someone's account. Data interference involves tampering with files. Device misuse can harm system or steal information. Cybersquatting tricks people by misusing domain names. Fraud includes scams like fake Gcash links, and cybersex or child pornography are criminal acts that exploit others online. Next is Anti-Cyberbullying Act of 2015 or the House Bill 5718. Cyberbullying uses the internet or devices to harm, embarrass, or threaten someone. Unlike traditional bullying, it spreads fast. One click and it's everywhere. Cyberbullying, on the other hand, causes emotional harm through digital platforms. It includes repeated offensive messages or constant insults or harassment, sharing embarrassing photos or posting images to shame or ridicule, breaking into accounts or accessing someone's profile to cause trouble, spreading personal information or leaking private details without consent, sending threats, or using messages to intimidate or scare someone. So these actions may seem small, but they cause real emotional damage. Offensive messages, leaked photos, and threats can destroy someone's confidence. Even breaking into accounts or sharing private info without consent is a form of bullying. So let's have Eman Atienza as an example of cyberbullying victim. Just one click and it can ruin other people's lives. So we don't have the same pain tolerance, and we handle our emotions differently. And also, cyberbullying can cause depression that leads to physical harming. So the question is why it matters. Because behind every screen is a real person. Virtual words can cause real pain, trauma, fear, and loss of self-esteem. So when we choose kindness online, we protect someone's peace. When we stay silent in the face of cruelty, we become part of the problem. That's why ethics, empathy, and laws like the Anti-Cyberbullying Act matter. So again, the internet isn't just a tool, it's a reflection of who we are. So that's all for the Group 5 reporting. I hope that you understand. Thank you for watching, and God bless everyone.